The amine functional group has a nitrogen atom. So that's the only in these 7 functional groups that have the nitrogen atom. And this nitrogen atom has a lone pair of electrons and then 3 bonds. So these bonds are typical for nitrogen, which should always have 3 bonds and 1 lone pair. For the amine functional group, the most common is to have 2 of those bonds to hydrogen and then 1 bond to the rest of the molecule. So this would be shown in the condensed structure as just NH2. Anytime there is a nitrogen in the organic molecule, that's considered an amine functional group. Doesn't always have to be NH2. NH2 with the rest of the hydrocarbon chain is going to be just the basic single carbon. So this would be a nitrogen with 2 hydrogens, and then the third bond going to the rest of the molecule, which is 1 carbon in this case. That 1 carbon has 3 more hydrogens to complete carbon needing 4 bonds. The name ending of amines is -ine, or the whole word amine. Amines are very common in everyday chemistry, particularly in medicines and drugs.
The amine functional group structure is shown here, and it's a central atom with 3 bonds. So this is the trigonal planar Vesper shape, and the amine, remember, can be any nitrogen. So when it's NH2, that's the most common that we'll be seeing, but we'll see lots of structures like these below, the caffeine and the theobromine, where as long as there's a nitrogen, we call it an amine group. When you have NH2, this is called a primary amine. When the nitrogen is bonded to 2 other carbons, this is a secondary amine, and when the nitrogen is bonded to 3 other carbons, when there are no hydrogens at all, this is a tertiary amine. But anytime there's a nitrogen, it's called an amine group, and you would find that -ine ending. Amines are common in drugs and medicine. Those drugs are legal or illegal, like caffeine, legal drug, theobromine, the compound in chocolate, or methamphetamine, that if you've seen the show Breaking Bad, the chemistry teacher and his former student were synthesizing illegal methamphetamine. All of those have the -ine name ending, which means that there must be the amine group, which means there must be a nitrogen present. So in caffeine, there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4 nitrogens present, and in theobromine, there's also 1, 2, 3, 4 nitrogens present. So theobromine mimics caffeine. To a small degree, has a little bit of a caffeine buzz in chocolate. Having these 4 nitrogens in theobromine, as well as the similar ring structure and the ketone groups, this is the ketone group here and here and here and here, having the structures and the functional groups similar means that theobromine has a similar effect as caffeine on the human body.